That milk is bad. I shouldn't pick up the bottle of milk with my right hand. And I shouldn't take the top off with my left hand. Put it in my pocket, my left pocket.
Do you know what OCD stands for? And have you lived with someone who struggles with such a disorder? Join us on our latest Cinephile episode to find out. And be sure to visit our Funday website for more. Hello everyone, I'm Peggy, your Cinephile host. The Aviator is a 2004 American epic biographical drama film. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Cate Blanchett, and Kate Beckinsale. The film depicts the life of Howard Hughes, an aviation pioneer and director of the film Hell's Angels. The film portrays his life from 1927 to 1947, during which time Hughes became a successful film producer and an aviation magnate while simultaneously growing more unstable due to severe OCD.
During 1913 in Houston, as 8-year-old Howard's mother gives him a bath and teaches him how to spell quarantine, she warns him about the recent cholera outbreak in Houston and tells him, "You are not safe." 14 years later, in 1927, he begins to direct his film Hell's Angel and hires Noah Dietrich to manage the day-to-day operations of his business empire.
Now you made what, $5,200 a year your last job? I'll pay you $10,000.
Guess I'll be working twice as hard.
Now you'll be working 4 times as hard. I just got you at half price, Mr. Dietrich. Welcome aboard, huh?
Thank you.
You're my voice now, make them understand that. Look, some of those fine folks down there still call me Junior. You tell them it's Mr. Hughes now.
You bet.
Howard encounters many problems while filming. One, he needed 2 extra cameras for his shoot, so he turns to the mayor, who's invested in MGM Films, for help. But the mayor laughs when he hears of Howard's request and advises him to move on from making films, telling him he wouldn't last in this industry. Howard encounters another issue. He realizes without clouds in the sky, you couldn't tell how fast the planes were flying. So he hires UCLA professor to assist him in finding some clouds. 8 months later, they find some in Oakland, and the filming is finally completed at the end of 2 years. At the celebratory party, Howard shares a new idea with Noah.
See, this is what the people want. Silent pictures are yesterday's news, so I figure we gotta reshoot Hell's Angels for sound.
How much of it?
All of it. And before you even ask, I'll tell you, an additional $1.7 million. We got that much?
No.
Well, we'll make it. Take care of that, would you?
After countless hours of remake, the film is a hit. However, Howard remains unsatisfied with the end result and orders the film to be recut after its Hollywood premiere. Soon, Howard becomes romantically involved with the actress Katharine Hepburn, who helps to ease the symptoms of his worsening OCD. In 1935, Howard test flies the H-1 Racer, pushing it to a new speed record, despite having to crash land into a beets field when the aircraft ran out of fuel. He then hurries home to tell Kate all about it.
Hello. Good Lord, what happened to you?
Oh, nothing. A hard landing. I cut my foot.
Sit down, I'll take care of it. You tell me everything.
You cannot imagine what it was like, Katie. You cannot imagine the speed. She was like a winged bullet up there.
What'd she make?
Oh, around, 352.
You did it.
Fastest man on the planet.
3 years later, he breaks the world record by flying around the world in 4 days. He subsequently purchases majority interests in TWA. Juan Trippe, company rival and chairman of Pan American World Airway, gets Senator Owen Brewster to introduce the Community Airline Bill, which would give Pan Am exclusivity on international air travel. Hepburn grows tired of Howard's workaholism and leaves him for her fellow actor. Howard quickly finds a new love interest with 15-year-old Faith Demure, and later with actress Ava Gardner. However, he still cares for Hepburn, and bribes a reporter to keep reports about her and the married co-star out of the press.
Well, we can see that Howard had some serious OCD tendencies and a mind of his own, never listening to naysayers. He is as stubborn as a mule. When he sets his mind on something, he seeks to achieve it no matter the cost. In the mid-1940s, Howard contracts 2 projects with the Army Air Force, one for spy aircrafts and another for a troop transport unit for use in World War II. Once the spy aircraft was complete, he takes it for a test flight.
All was going well until one of the engines fails mid-flight, and the aircraft crashes in Beverly Hills, with Howard getting seriously injured. The Army cancels its order for the H-4 Hercules, but Howard still continues the development with his own money. Noah informs Howard that he must choose between funding the airlines or his flying boat. But Howard orders Noah to mortgage the TWA assets so he can continue the development. As his OCD worsens, Howard becomes increasingly paranoid, planting microphones and tapping Gardner's phone line to keep track of her. She finds out and confronts him.
What do you mean, all the bugs?
There's more.
How many?
I don't know, 12 maybe, and on telephones.
Oh, Christ, Howard, on the telephone? You listen to my phone calls?
No, honey, I would never do that. I'd never do that. I just read the transcripts, that's all.
She kicks him out of the house, and Howard is informed that the FBI are searching his home for incriminating evidence of war profiteering, searching through his possessions and, to his horror, tracking dirt through his house. Brewster privately offers to drop the charges if Howard sells TWA to Tripp, but he refuses. Howard's OCD symptoms become extreme, and he retreats into an isolated, germ-free zone for 3 months, with very strange tendencies.
That's just beautiful. I like the desert. It's hot there in the desert, but it's clean. It's clean. I need to sleep. I should drink something first.
Later, Tripp has Brewster summon Howard for a Senate investigation, certain that he would not show up. But Gardner visits him and personally grooms and dresses him in preparation for the hearing. An invigorated Howard defends himself against Brewster's charges and flips the tables around, accusing the senator of taking bribes from Tripp.
Senator Brewster, your story is a pack of lies, and I can tear it apart if allowed to cross examine.
We're not going to have this bickering back and
somewhere
forth.
Between 2 and 500, if you'll just let me get started.
Now, if you believe that because of your great wealth and power, you can intimidate any member of this committee, I want to advise you that you're mistaken.
Howard concludes by announcing that he is committed to completing the H-4 aircraft, and that he will leave the country if he cannot get it to fly. Brewster's bill is promptly defeated, and Tripp, watching the hearing over the television, acknowledges he is lost as well. On November 2nd, 1947, Howard attempts to fly the ginormous Hercules plane, but in order for it to take off, it needs to reach at least 70 miles per hour.
60! 65! 70! 75!
And something momentarily cuts out, and I believe we are airborne. We are airborne, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe that Howard Hughes meant this to be. I don't know. And we were really up in the air. We were really up in the air.
After successfully flying the aircraft, Howard speaks to Noah and his engineer Odie about a new jetliner for TWA. However, he begins hallucinating men in germ-resistant suits and has a panic attack as Odie hides him in a restroom While Noah fetches a doctor, Howard begins to have flashbacks of his childhood, his love for aviation, and his ambition for success, compulsively repeating the phrase, "the way of the future, the way of the future."
What an interesting story and take on the famous aviator Howard Hughes. The movie depicts many important events that took place throughout his life. As glamorous as it all seemed, towards the end of his life, long-term drug abuse eventually resulted in kidney failure, is what killed Hughes on April 5, 1976, at age 70. At the time of his death, his 6-foot frame had shrunk by several inches, and he only weighed around 40 kg. Sad ending for The Aviator. 接下来我们来揭晓今天电影迷神鬼玩家 The Aviator 要学什么。It's sad to witness, but in the movie we see how Howard's OCD symptoms severely affected his life, leaving him paranoid all the time. So, just what does OCD stands for? Obsessive compulsive disorder. It's a common mental health condition where a person has obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors. When someone is obsessed with something, 我们就会说他痴迷了, unable to stop thinking about something, too interested in or worried about something. 那么 compulsive 就是强迫症, doing something a lot and unable to stop doing it. So remember, if you have friends or family members struggling with this disorder, to be extra patient with them. Hope you have learned something useful in this episode of Cinephile. You can find more on the Fun Day website. Let's make every day a fun day.
Are you sure you want to do this, Owen? You want to go to war with me?
It isn't me, Howard. It's the United States government. We just beat Germany and Japan. Who the hell are you?